Hi guys, I'm Randy with BRStv, and today we're shining some moonlight into our tanks with the Neptune Lunar Simulator Module, or LSM. Today we'll explore what they do, help you decide how many you need to add to your tank, and show you how simple they are to get a touch of light to enjoy your tank at night. Many of us reefers would love to look at our tanks all day, especially at night when most of us are back home and winding down. But let's face it, for the sake of the corals and to keep algae at bay, we just can't keep our lights on that long. This is where adding a lunar simulator module to your Neptune Apex can help you enjoy the tank under a blue moonlight that not only has minimal to no impact on algae growth and PAR, but also provides an aesthetically pleasing pop to your corals that closely follows the natural moon phases in real time. It's also believed that moonlighting or maintaining some amount of light in the tank can decreases the chances of some fish getting spooked and jumping. Along with that, some fish breeders believe that a lunar type lighting is an important component to getting fish like clownfish to regularly spawn in the display tank, while other advanced reefers also believe that it is likely a critical component to even getting corals to spawn or reproduce. The Lunar Simulator module and some lunar LED strips are a great solution for those with Metal Halide or T5 lighting that typically follows an abrupt on and off schedule, or for those reefers with LEDs that may not have lunar features already built in, or looking for something capable of dimming even lower, much like we did with our very own BRS 160. Lastly, these modules are virtually plug and play and require no programming at all, but do offer the ability to make adjustments if you're looking for very specific lunar schedules. And with the 100-degree optics on each LED that provide a wide spread, you can easily cover most average tanks with a couple to just a few LEDs total. Let's talk about how many you need for your tank, starting with tanks from 12 inches up to 36 inches, where the 2 LED strips should be more than enough for full coverage. For those tanks from 36 inches to 60 inches, 3 LEDs should do the trick, while those of you with tanks up to 72 inches will likely get a better spread from 4 LEDs. Finally, for tanks larger than 6 foot, or if you're looking for more intersecting light, which should provide a brighter moonlight, the 5 lunar LED strip would be the better choice. The LSM module comes with a module box that has 2 Aquabus ports, one for connecting to your Apex with another for additional modules, a powered connection for the lunar LED strings, and a 3-foot Aquabus cable with a mounting clip and 2 screws. The lunar LED strips come in sets of 2, 3, 4, or 5 and measure right around 6 feet from the plug-in to the first LED and about 2 feet in between each LED after that. Physical installation just takes a few minutes, which I've found easiest to start with mounting the LEDs first, then installing the module and connecting it to my Apex. To mount the LEDs, ideally you'll want to screw them into a hood or floating canopy. However, if you don't have either of those, you could find creative solutions to mount them directly to your lighting fixture, or maybe zip tie them to your lights mounting bracket. Either way, you'll want to make sure that they are secured well to avoid the possibility of them falling in the tank. After the LEDs are mounted, all you need to do is mount your LSM module with the included bracket, plug the LEDs into the module, and connect the module to an open Aquabus port on your Neptune Apex, and that's it. Moving on to setup and use, the only setup step really is to check for Apex firmware updates by clicking the icon that looks like a strong Wi-Fi signal and checking for available updates, as well as checking the LSM firmware updates by choosing the module icon, clicking on the LSM module, and choosing Update Firmware. Really, that's all there is to it. Since Neptune has automatically created a lunar schedule that closely follows the natural moonrise and moonset phases, including new moons each month where the LEDs will be off, as well as waxing and waning phases in between where the LEDs will shine at varying intensities. These schedules are set in real time, so they should be very closely synced to the same moon phases you might see outside your window at night. Although there's no need to program it any further, if you're one of those control freaks with more advanced desires, you could create and set your own schedule using the programming wizard, or log into the local dashboard through your IP address and make changes to the moonrise and set, or new moon dates. Ongoing use is very easy, where there's not much to do outside of keeping up with firmware updates or the occasional cleaning of the LEDs, especially if they're in an area that may be prone to splashes or salt creep. Thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions that we didn't answer here, feel free to give us a call, send us an email, or hop on a chat. See you next time on BRS TV.